also burns fat, core and glutes circuit.
Let's see.
Dumbbells and bar ropes.
Welcome team, this is MBF 20 core and glute circuit in just 20 minutes. You are going to need your dumbbells today, light, medium, and heavy options, your bar ropes. I know, podcast is already ready. They're here, they're with the energy. So let's start warming up together, shall we? Bring your feet apart, arms apart. We're reaching for the opposite foot, rotating out to the side, through the center, and over to the other side. Sitting the hips back as you reach up towards the ceiling. This format is a format that I made specially for the NBF Super Block. So at some point, if you want to find the longer version of this workout, that's where it's living, in the NBF Super Block. You can find it there. Give me one more on each side from here. This is 1 and 2, and we're bringing it down to the floor. Little tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck the hips up underneath you, chin to chest, and then something back and look up to the ceiling. A little cat-cow before we get started. Tighten up the core, and then open everything back up. Give me one more each way. Hands up. Perfect. Next one, we're gonna go bird dog. So reaching out, opposite arm and leg straight, kind of squeeze that glute, and bring it back underneath the shoulder and hip. Do the same thing on the other side. Up, squeeze that glute, and down. Find that little squeeze behind the shoulder too. We're trying to find a straight line from our fingertips to our toes. Last one on each side, we reach back and underneath, and last one. Perfect, we're heading straight into our first block. You're going to see a core exercise and a glute exercise. I want you to have one lighter dumbbell with you, light to moderate dumbbell for core, and one heavier dumbbell for glute bridge, okay? And you just bring it down to the floor so you're ready to go for each exercise. We are going to start with the toe touch with the lighter dumbbell. Reaching up towards those toes and coming back down. If you need to bend your knees and reach for the ceiling, you can. And then we'll grab that heavier dumbbell afterwards, place it across the hips, feet flat on the floor, and we'll get some glute bridges done with our heavier weight. Starting with that lighter weight though, we're starting with those toe touches. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 40 seconds here. And I'll give you a few seconds to kind of switch into that next exercise as well as at the end. So we'll kind of move quickly, but we'll always have control. Again, that modification here is to bend the knees, to reach up towards the ceiling. Either way, we're trying to get our shoulder blades up off the floor for a moment. Find that squeeze to the top, and then lower back down with that control. Try to reach up. Try to reach through those toes, all the way up to your ceiling. Last couple of seconds in 3, 2, 1, and time. Little moment that we can transition to the heavier weight across the hips, firm grip on each side of that dumbbell. Feet about hip to shoulder width apart, and we're just pressing through those heels to lift the hips up off the ground. Ready? Let's go. Up and squeeze, lower down with control. Up and squeeze. It's a little tap and go, because I want to make sure we're getting a lot of good reps done in 20 minutes. So make sure you're challenging yourself with your weight selection. But now we also know both exercises, so if we need to make a quick transition and switch out our weight, we can absolutely do that. We're going to have 2 more rounds of these 2 exercises. Up and squeeze. Last couple of seconds. Nice shot. Push through those heels. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Come on up. We know both of the exercises. Now I'm going to give you an option for this one. This time, as you reach up, if you would like, you're going to drop one leg, drag it back to center. Same thing on the other side. Here we go. Let's move up and back. So now you have 3 different options. You have this one where I'm dropping a leg, trying to maintain that core stability as I'm reaching up and not rocking back and forth. You can just keep both feet up in the air or keep those knees bent. And either way, I feel that core working, getting so many reps done, feeling that burn. You guys are doing an amazing job. Less than 10 seconds to go. Breathe out. Press up. 3, 2, 1, and time. Whew. Switching out for that heavier weight, for the core especially. We feel that burn, but it goes away so fast. So don't be afraid to work into that burn. As soon as we recover, we take a couple of deep breaths, it kind of goes back away, right? Get ready for those hip bridges. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Up. Tap and go. Tap and go. Perfect. We're thinking about tucking our hips underneath us, almost like we're tucking our tail between our legs. And that's what I want to see before you lift up, kind of maintaining that position. Making sure that the hips are doing the work here. I don't need to get too high, because then our lower back starts coming into play. I want the glutes doing most of the work. Our lower back and core is just supporting this motion, maintaining that stability. Last couple seconds. We got one more time through. And time. Very nice. All right, we ready? Last time through each exercise. You have options. You can also go heavier in weight. Either way, get ready. Last time in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Reach. Can you get those shoulder blades a little bit higher up off the floor? Like we were talking about before, as I'm dropping one leg, it's easy to kind of want to rock forward. Don't rock forward. You still have a lot of control. Your lower back is staying on the ground the entire time. So there should be 0 rocking from front to back. We should have so much control as the upper body is working and the lower body is working. Last few seconds. Get those last couple of reps done in 4, 3, 2, and 1. For the last time, we'll switch out that weight. Glute bridge. Get there, get yourself set up, ready to go. Deep breath in 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lift and tap and go. This is our first block of work. Another block after this. We have a finisher. That is a glute finisher that I'm very excited about. So don't forget about that finisher at the end. It's going to tie this whole nice glute workout together for us. Push through the heels and lift, guys. As we start to get tired, we might not have the range of motion anymore, so I really want you to focus on maintaining that range of motion, even as we get tired through all these reps. Less than 10 seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Very nice. Woo! You know what happens at the end of each section when we're lifting through MBF? We grab our bod ropes. So get those weights out of your way. Grab your bod ropes, get set up. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice and light on the feet here. Chest is lifted, core is tight. And always thinking about soft landing to the ground. Little tiny flick at the wrist to move those bod ropes. Nothing too crazy. And then we're just focused. Perfect. In about 10 seconds, I'm gonna ask you those high knees. For 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds of sprinting. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knees high. Perfect. Keep that core tight. Lean forward, just slightly. 3, 2, 1, and time. Heart rate is up. We're ready for our second round. First exercise, core exercise. We are shuffling to each side with 2 chops. So it looks like this. Out to one side, 2 chops across the body. Out to the other side, 2 chops across the body. So we're just kind of switching our feet and then chopping. Elbows are slightly bent and that weight is straight up from my chest the entire time. We'll talk about our second movement when we get there. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Little shuffle, chop, chop, and back over to the other side. Notice that that foot that I'm turning away from is up on the toe. And once we kind of get the movement down, add a little effort behind it, like you're swinging something across. Notice that I stop at about that like 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock area. Perfect. Let's go. Less than 10 seconds. That makes me need to tighten up my core and stop that momentum. And time. Medium to heavy dumbbells in hands. We're going a hinged split squat, which means one foot is stepping back. We're hinging forward just slightly, and we're dropping that back knee towards the floor and standing up. This side only for 40 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Down and up. So instead of being completely upright where our shoulders are back and down, I still want those shoulders anchored in, but we have a slight hinge forward. And we're down and we're up. So almost think about your weights right around your shin, kind of creating this little window, this box around your shin as you drop down to the bottom and stand up strong. You got it, team. About 10 more seconds left, and that hinge forward is what makes this a little bit more glute dominant instead of all the way back. So that little hinge forward is going to do a lot for you here. Last one, and we're switching out. Those dumbbells come down, that lighter dumbbell comes up. We're back to our chop. Grabbing that weight with both hands. Heart rate up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Little shuffle. Chop, chop, back, chop, chop. Side to side. We always come back to that center position as we are shuffling across. Not a very big motion. You can feel the core have to engage to stop that weight. So making sure that it's not too big of a range of motion here. Tiny, tiny. That's all I need. But with power. Less than 10 seconds to go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo. Grabbing our heavier dumbbells now. Stepping the other leg back. Working the other side this time. So same thing, shoulders back and down, hinge slightly forward. And let's go. Down and up. Think about that hand placement again. Firm grip on those dumbbells. Our shoulders should be back. So we're maintaining that flat back, even if we have that hinge forward. And then think about how your glute is working here. Have that mind to muscle connection. Kind of extending from that hip and standing strong up to the top. We have about 10 more seconds left here. We have one more round through. Keep it up, team. You got this. 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice job. Short little rest. It does not need to be a lot of weight for this chop. So if you're feeling like that dumbbell is too heavy, that you can't move very quickly, I'd rather see those quick movements. Lighter weight. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Chop, chop, and back. And that means that maybe you use your bod ropes even instead of your weight. It does not need to be heavy. Nice job, Meredith. I want you to extend those elbows out a little bit more in front of you. That's exactly it. Nice job. And I love how those hips are already turning over as you're chopping. Amazing work. Nice correction. Breathe out. Nice job. 10 more seconds. Get those reps done. Almost through. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one there. Heavier dumbbells. I'm going to grab even heavier than last time. We're going to go half of our time on one leg. I'll tell you when to switch. Other half on the other leg. Step one leg back. Hinge forward. And let's go. Down and up. Down and up. Let's try to pick up the pace just a little bit so you can get lots of reps done on this side before we switch over to that other leg. Last few seconds, last few reps. We step up and together on this one. Up and together, other leg back, and go. Stand up strong. And keep that hinge forward. That's what keeps this in that glute realm. 5 more seconds, come on. Another rep right here. And time. I need it one more time. Dumbbells come down. Bod ropes come up. 45 seconds on the clock. Jumping it out. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Takes another second. Take that second and then get into it. Right after this, we're heading into that glute finisher. And we're about to have some fun. You did the super block. You already know. And I know a couple of people on my team here have already done it. Yes, Amina. All right. We're still gonna hit 15 seconds of sprint though. So give me about 5 more seconds from here. And we pick up the pace. We pick up the energy to the very end. We got this. Ready? Go. Up. Your hands pick up the pace. Legs pick up the pace. Thinking about not just driving your knee up fast, but bringing it back down fast. 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about this glute finisher. 100 rep glute challenge. You do not need any weight. Come down to the floor. First exercise, regular glute bridges, lifting up and back down for 20 reps. Then we'll hit single leg. One leg is down on the floor, other leg is up. We'll do 10. We'll switch legs, we'll do another 10. And finally you have frog. Feet together, knees out to the side, pushing up, squeezing those glutes, and back down for 20. Then we reverse the whole thing. Don't worry, as long as we know those 3 movements, I'll tell you what's coming next. Set up for the regular bridges. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 20 reps. Up, tap and go. Up, tap and go. Feet should be hip to shoulder width apart here. And again, we're just figuring out that height where we come up, we feel that glute squeeze, we get back down for that next rep. Push those heels. 10 in, 10 to go. We have single leg coming up next. Perfect job. Drag those elbows into the floor so we have a little tension through that upper body. 1 more rep. That's 20. 1 leg on the floor, 1 leg up in the air. 10 reps. Let's go. 8. If you need to put that leg that's up in the air down on the floor and just like kind of press with your toe to give you a little extra support, you can do that as well. That's our modification right there. Last 1. Switch sides. Remember, it's 10 reps. Go. Up. Up. Good. Try to stay at a good pace, but still a controlled pace. So we did regular. We're about to hit 10 on each side. We have frogs coming up next. Last rep. That's 10. Feet together. Knees out to the side. And we lift up and back down. So right here, I'm kind of on the edges of the sides of my feet. I'm not on the sides of my feet. So if I were to look at my shoes, I have a little triangle underneath my shoes. That's how I want the feet to be positioned, knees out to the side, and then we lift and squeeze. So we hit 20 reps right here. And now all we're doing is reversing it. So right after this, we'll go back to single leg, double, and you're done. But keep that squeeze going. This is our second half, and it's really gonna start to burn. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick a leg, any leg, 1 leg up in the air, and go up and back down. 10 reps right here. Again, I want energy through that upper body, so drive those elbows into the ground. Keep those hips lifting, and now it's starting to burn. Hamstring leading into the glute, all kind of yelling at you right now. Last 1, and that leg comes down. Other leg comes up, and let's keep moving up. Squeeze to the top. We talked about it earlier. Even though we're getting tired, I want to see that full range of motion. So drive through that heel with a little explosive power right now, because those muscles are not going to want to do the work. They are tired. Let's go. Last 1, regular glute bridge. Last 20, let's go. Up and back. Breathe out. And these should be some of your best reps right here, even though we are tired. Getting those hips up, getting excited. You're almost done. Make it work right here. Pushing through both heels equally though. 10 more reps. 10, 9, perfect. Across the board, looking good. Keep that momentum going. Every single rep counts. Don't let it go. 3, 2, 1, and done. Kind of kick it out for a second. It's like a little tantrum. You can throw a tantrum at me if you would like to.
Girl.
Take a deep breath in. This is the one time I allow, like, let's recover on the floor for a second. We'll come up to a seated position now. We're gonna go a little stretch for the hips, so figure 4, Ankle on the opposite knee. That knee is kind of sinking down to the outside, and then lifting our chest up out of here, right? I don't want us like just hanging out, but I want us feeling that stretch, that rotation through the hip. Last couple of seconds, that leg comes down, other leg comes up, we sit up nice and tall. Nice job, team. Lots of booty and core work done in 20 minutes, I'll tell you that. I'm feeling it. Last deep breath into the bottom of your lungs. Exhale slowly and release. I highly recommend taking just another moment, maybe hitting 1 or 2 more stretches, bringing that heart rate down. But you guys did an amazing job today. Incredibly proud of you, and I'll see you next time. Woo!
Okay. Now, I'm gonna do like a little 5-minute stretch of this. I don't know. Whew. I need to stretch. I love these little fibers. They're cute. Foam roll me, please. Thank you. I did the lower. Let's do tight. Oops. Really? We'll do a different foam roll and lower body. I'm sorry. I don't know.
What is up, you guys? My name is Lindsay Sudell, and welcome to your fiber on foam rolling lower body. So all that you need for today's class is some space to move around and a foam roller. Now, the really cool thing about these fibers on foam rolling is that you can either take one and do them before a workout, since they're very short and concise, or if you want a nice cool down after a workout, you can take one or a few of them and put them together for a really nice recovery post-workout. All right, so let's go ahead and grab your foam roller and let's get started. So today we are going to be focusing more so on the lower legs. So we're going to be doing more of the calf and the anterior tibialis, which is the front of our shin. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is you're going to place your foam roller on the ground. We're going to go ahead and place our left leg up on the foam roller. And what we're going to do is you can stay with your butt on the ground, okay, or you can lift your butt up. So I always tell people you can start with the lesser option, kind of like keeping your butt on the ground as you roll up and down. If you're not feeling a whole lot here, or you want a little bit more, that's when you can lift your hips off the ground, putting a little more weight and compression through the foam roller, which is going to make it a little more intense. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm really focusing on my calf, so I'm rolling from just above my ankle, like where my Achilles tendon is, all the way up toward the back of my knee and back down. I'm turning my toes in and out, getting both the medial aspect of my calf as well as the lateral aspect. Now, if you find an area that tends to be a little more tender, you can go ahead and stop on that spot. Again, your hips on the ground or off, and you can pretend that you're putting your foot on and off the gas pedal, okay? So bringing your toes up toward your face, bringing your toes down toward the ground. You can do little clockwise and counterclockwise circles. Okay, when it comes to foam rolling, we're not moving super fast. We're going nice, slow, controlled. Again, allowing that compression to create some myofascial release for us. This is a great class to do if you've done a lot of cycling classes lately. The spin classes are amazing, but they definitely work your calves and the anterior tib and your hamstrings and all that. So working on getting that area decompressed is a really good thing. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. So I tend to like to have the foam roller kind of off to the side, just so that I'm not getting in the way with my other foot. Okay, again, having my toes pointed inward, pointing my toes outward, going from just above that ankle there, all the way to just before the knee. Searching for areas that are a little tender. If you find one, you can stop on that spot You can do little mini oscillations, or again, pull the toes up towards your face and away. Nice and slow. You do little clockwise and counterclockwise circles. Nice job. Okay, and now let's go ahead and make our way onto the front of the shin. So the anterior tibialis, again, it's on the outside aspect. It's the medial aspect of our shin. So we're gonna go ahead into like a plank position. I like to go almost like in an army crawl. Okay, and you're gonna roll, again, just below the knee, all the way down, kind of feeling for tender areas. Now make sure you're keeping your belly nice and engaged here, so pretending that someone's gonna come up and punch you in the belly. I don't want you sinking down here and pinching your low back. So this is a little bit of a core stabilization exercise as well.
Oh, yes, and my core is tired, girl.
Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other leg. Now, depending on the density of your foam roller, you might find that this feels really aggressive or you're not really feeling much at all. Okay, so like the firmer foam rollers tend to be more aggressive. If you have like one that has knobs or spikes on it, that might be a little more aggressive. If that's your only option and you need to dumb it down a little bit, you can always put on some like sweatpants or something like that just to give you some extra padding. And again, if you have a really soft foamy foam roller, it might be good to have another option that's a little denser as well. Not necessarily one with the knobs, but just one that's a little more firm, just so you have some options. Very nice. All right, we'll go ahead and slowly come off. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to look forward to seeing you all again soon.